I'm making a game. The idea of making a real game and not just a prototype has been crushing my brain a lot lately. So I'm finally gonna do it. It's time for me to make a game. So the only issue is, what exactly do I make? Well, I've been thinking about this for a little bit, and I've been coming up with a few prototypes, and nothing really hit the piece or made me feel motivated to work on it. So I've been kind of throwing these ideas around, and now I think I finally landed on the idea that I want to call my game. So let's get to work. So starting off on day one, I kind of already have a project set up, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get rid of the assets that I was working with. It's a little bit of a prototype I was working on. I'm just gonna kind of restructure it for the game that I'm gonna make. So hopefully it will save me some time in the long run of just getting it like set up on the first day. So I made my character move around as you do in every video game, and I made a little sword asset for him. I haven't really done a combat system yet, and this game is gonna mainly focus on combat systems. So this is gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but I kind of want to start working on that early. So it's kind of what I spent the most of my first day working on, and then I worked on a little bit of a placeholder tile set, which I actually don't end up using ever, and I kind of throw it away, and this is the last you'll ever see of it. Now before we start day two, I want to give you a little bit of input about what this game is going to be. So I'm working on a dungeon crawler roguelite with kind of a cozy aspect. I want to throw in aspects of like Stardew Valley and some of those aspects that like make the game Stardew Valley feel cozy, and like other cozy games I want to make what they feel cozy, and I want to throw that into a dungeon crawler roguelite. And there's some other features into it, but we can get into that into the future of my devlogs. But for today, we're just working on what I have in my first week of development. So as for the second day of the project, we are already starting over. So when I started my previous prototype, I kind of started with this new input system because I was trying to learn the new input system. But frankly, I found it a little too complicated for me, and I know it's worth learning, but I wasn't willing to go through the headaches, so I wanted to go back to the old input system. And honestly, I just thought it was a good idea that if we're going to start a new project, to start from scratch and get everything out there and just reload it all up. So I started the project over, I added movement back to my character, as every good game dev should do, and we started again on the attack system. Not much really going on day two. Alright, my favorite day, day 3. One of my biggest faults when it comes to making video games is the art. I'm not an artist. I consider myself an artsy person, but I'm not an artist. And that's something I'm really learning. But characters, humanoid figures, anything people, person, character, I can't do it. So I've been struggling really hard to make a character, and all of these prototypes, all of these games, I've really struggled. I've been doing a lot of research on how to like kind of get through this. So for this game, I'm going to be doing like character blocking, and I'm feeling a lot more confident when it comes to making characters. So I think I'm confident in making the character that I want to make for this game. So today I've just spent the entire day working on art assets of blocking out the characters like body parts, and then I'm going to get into some animation for it. But for right now, I don't have an envision of the main character, but I do have the figure and shape of what I want the character to look like, if that makes sense. I do have some ideas of what the main character is going to be, but for now, I'm just blocking it out. Alright, day 4. So today, I'm focusing on animations. My main goal today was to just make sure that this block looks like a moving character. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with some of these animations. Some of them aren't the best and definitely need to work. For this being like my first time really doing like walking animations, I'm pretty happy with them, honestly. And then I started messing around with the tile set for like the intro little scene I want to make of just like testing out mechanics and everything. But I want to start getting my head around this idea of the tile set that I want for the scenery and everything. I know none of this is going to end up staying in the game, but I think just to like kind of get the starting ground of the tile set is a good idea. All right, day 5. Today was a paperwork type of day. I made a game design sheet. I kind of went over everything that I want to like really hit with this game, and I want to like mentally get the game onto a piece of paper for me to like reference and just look at while I'm working. I also continue making the tile set. I wouldn't say I finished the tile set, but I made enough so I can make an actual room for my character to walk around in. And in order for my character to do that, I need to finish these animations. So that's exactly what I did. I finished the 8-side animations. Although I don't know if I'm going to use the 8-side yet. I might just go for the 4-sided ones. I'm going to implement the 4-sided and we'll leave the 8-sided for another day. And finally for day 6, this is kind of the last day that I've been able to work on the game. I wanted to get a little bit of a devlog, just kind of announce the project, because honestly, I'm very excited for it. I know there's not much to show yet, but I think I have a lot coming up that I'll be able to show a lot more in the future. But finally for today, I wanted to work on the enemy AI and just kind of get started on an enemy pushing me and like running at me and everything. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do when it comes to terms of the AI. I have a lot of mechanics that this will have to be played around with a lot. So I think for now, I'm just going to leave it as a very basic enemy goes to player for now. We have to fix that up a lot. I mean, obviously by the time we polish the game and finish it, it'll be way different. But for now, I think I'm happy with it. Just run at the player. I did actually end up adding some health to the player and the enemy. I just haven't implemented it actually working yet. So I think I'm going to do that just so I can make like the character die and the enemy die once I actually finish implementing combat. But yeah, that was my first week of this devlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are a little bit excited about this project as I am. I know I don't have a lot to show right now, but as it goes on, I'll be able to show a lot more and hopefully start showing and sharing some more of my ideas, and maybe I'll even show some of my game design sheet so you can get a better idea of what I'm thinking for the game. If you guys are excited for the game or even enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Bye.